I was saying, yeah, so that of course brought a lot of drift into our marriage. And I think a lot of us, honestly, especially for us women, we have learned to really tap into our masculine energy often. What sijui ni nini, nilikuwa nakula mahindi. Over and above that, because the feminine energy is an energy that receives, is an energy that it's like a sponge energy. And so I had to tap into that feminine energy. And every time I would read the Proverbs 31 woman, I would just read about how she takes care of herself, she takes care of her homestead, she cares about what she puts on. And I started now understanding that I miss being that woman, because I was that woman before my husband left for work. I was very feminine. I was just tapping into the feminine energy. I was ready to receive help. I was happy to receive help. I was happy to ask for it. And then now I have to start unlearning being that person who was like, you know what, let me just do this, let me do this, let me do this. And I had to tap back into the energy of I can receive help, I can get help, I can get support, I can get love, I can focus on myself, I can focus on my kids. I don't need to worry anymore about the house, whether the main door was locked, or I don't know which bulb burnt down, or sijui Liam was playing and he broke. Like now I can leave that to my hubby, because that's masculine energy. He needs to take care of that. When it comes to discipline, the research shows that from when a child is 7 years, between 7 and 13 years, they need their dad more, because the dad needs to stand in the gap, they need to discipline, they need to train and all these things. So me, I'm like, I can let go of that. I have done the nurturing part between 1 and 6 years, and now I can just let my hubby take care of the rest. I'm not saying that I now abandoned my son and I was like jipange, but I'm just saying that I really had to be able to teach myself. I don't know which wig to wear. Wacha tujaribu hii. I had to teach myself to go back to being needy, to go back to being and needy. I don't know how you guys understand needy, because me by the way, feminists, don't come for me. Sina nguvu. Me, I'm just saying, I just want to be a girl. I just want to be feminine. I want to wear cute dresses. I just want to be happy, yeah. So I was trying to sijui notes zangu zilienda wapi. So I want to read for you guys some characteristics, or what for me compiles feminine energy, and that is intuition. So a superpower that can help inform decisions, relationships, and interactions. So femininity, being in your feminine energy, does not mean that sasa you have lost everything. You're just there, you're just like a helpless little damsel in distress. It means that you can still have that aura of strength and intuition and all these things, but you can do it in a feminine manner. And that means that you are able, you will still have the ability to inform decisions in your marriage, inform decisions in your relationship, while still being feminine. You can also tap back into call it the spirit, or tap back into the energy of tap back into the energy of nurturing yourself, nurturing your family. Because I can tell you guys, the minute you start nurturing yourself, you automatically just get into that feminine. I don't know, guys, I'm not feeling this week. You automatically get back into that feminine energy, where things are, where you become a nurturer. So you nurture yourself, you nurture your children, you nurture your home. Your mind is more at peace. You understand humility in a very different way, not as being the weaker person. As I told you guys, I think I've mentioned that before when I talked about the habits of soft godly woman, and all these things. So I would say for me, I had to really learn to tap back into that feminine energy, to accept help, to accept, I'm not feeling this week, guys, I'm going to change it, to accept help, to accept support, to be that person who you are comfortable with saying, I don't want to do this. Can somebody else do this? You get? Yeah, like, can somebody else, do this? I don't want to be the one to do this. And it also just it puts you in a space where you can now just be that woman who is responsible, who is receptive. You're able to adapt to situations. You're easily able to calm down. Yani, let me tell you, because when you continue tapping into the masculine energy, you're always constantly on a rush because unataka kukua right. You want to be right. You want to be the final say. You want to be mimi ndio kusema na nikisema nishasema. And that energy, by the way, for the single ladies, automatically just throws men off balance. The minute unataka kuonesha mwanaume you are into the masculine energy, you're into the masculine energy kind of thing, guys. Unajua tu unaendelea kufukuza wanaume because people want to, men want to have a woman who is very feminine in the way they speak, is very feminine in, I mean, they don't want you to be weak, don't get me wrong. They also want you to, be able to handle things. But as a person, are you an easy person to calm down? Are you able to emphasize with people? Are you able to find creative inspiration? Okay, that of course will apply to different people. Do you prioritize feelings or do you prioritize fights? Can you say you're sorry? Can you say you need support? Can you say, yes, I'm independent, but I know where to draw the line? Like, there are things I'm not going to do as a woman, and you're okay with that. So let me tell you guys, Mimi, I have suffered being on the high of both. I have been on the high of being masculine and on the high of being feminine, and I would choose the high of being feminine anytime because I have seen what being on the high of a masculine energy, especially if you're married, what it can do for your marriage. Because it made me and hubby, we just drifted apart. We were seeing things differently. We were always fighting. We were constantly just not understanding each other, and I could not understand why. I was like, but I'm doing things, I've been managing these things while you are away, so why is it a problem now? But what I didn't understand is I was tapping more into his energy as opposed to tapping more into my energy. Because what happens is, if you're able to balance those both energies, that's when things work. And that's why the Bible even refers to us women as weaker beings. Not that by weaker beings it means we are, I don't know, tuko tu tuna exist. I love this week. Oh, guys, I feel like I'm now back on brand. Anyway, I'm digressing now. But I'm saying that once you tap into that energy and you let him tap into his energy, you become one beautiful, strong unit. And even as an individual, as much as you also have to tap into your masculine energy because there's things you need to take care of, always lean more onto your feminine energy. Because as a woman, you want to be soft, you want to be kind, you want to practice gentleness, you want to practice forgiveness, you want to practice just being accepting of the people around you. You also just want to carry an aura of peace, an aura of love, an aura of femininity. I mean, I want to walk into a room and feel like I'm feminine. I don't want to be all masculine. And no, I want to feel like I'm feminine. I want to smell floral floral, like, because there's actually something really strong about tapping into your feminine energy that even makes you more attractive than when you tap into your masculine energy. So you can still have that strong, it's called dark feminine energy, but be able to project it positively. And I really like that. And I don't know even where this conversation is heading right now, but me, I was just coming here to tell you guys Let's tap into our femininity. Let's just look for the things that make us beautiful inside and out, and also make us strong, because when you tap into your feminine energy, you understand gentleness, you understand forgiveness, you understand beauty, you understand love, you understand calmness. You learn to project an energy or an aura of calmness. You just learn to be in a space where you love yourself, and when you love yourself, you're able to extend that love to the people around you. You are able to be more forgiving. You're able to be, if things are not working out in the house, you're not getting frustrated. You're actually able to just retain your calmness even in all that chaos. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stop this conversation here, guys. I hope I gave you the tips that you need. So what helped me get here, if maybe I can just run through them quickly, is first of all, I really had to pray. I really had to intentionally pray to God to help me. I said, God, help me understand how I need to tap back into my feminine energy. I had to, journal a lot. Journaling helps. If you are a person who loves writing, journaling really helps, because it helped me put out those feelings, so that I stopped feeling like my husband was wanted to domineer me, or he just wanted to come back, and I had to start understanding that he just wants to play his part in his role as the man of the house, and I need to let him do that, and I need to tap into my energy so that I am able to be the nurturer. I'm able to be the supporter. I'm able to be the person who he can come to and talk to. He can come to and ask for advice. I'm able to not be the person who constantly fights his decisions, not to be the person who constantly fights what he decides to do. If he decides that we stay without a bulb for a week, then let's stay without a bulb for a week. We're not going to die. We're just going to sleep in a dark room. You get, like, me, I've learned to just like be toned down and be like, you know what, I'm fine with things the way they are. And so I have really had to ask God to work on my heart so that I can be more forgiving, more accepting. I can be more, leaning on towards my energy, the aura that God intended for a woman to have. I can really understand what femininity is all about, so that even as I tap into the strong energy of being feminine, I also tap into the weak energy of being feminine, so that I'm able to balance those two things. Yes, I'm soft, but at the same time, I am still straight. I'm still straightforward. I'm still able to say no. I'm still able to say, this doesn't work. Unfortunately, if you go in this direction, I'm not in agreement with you, and this is because of 1, 2, 3. I am able to stand up for myself without really being out there, you get, and just still communicating my needs. And God has really helped me. He's really worked on my heart. There are things that I couldn't really believe. I was like, yani, even that, God, even that kakitu kadogo hivyo. Yeah, but when you realize that those things really affect who you are becoming as a woman, who you're choosing to become as a woman, then you understand why you really need to tap into the feminine energy. And you will still have the masculine energy, because sometimes you will need to stand up. Sometimes you will need to do things that are not mostly leaning on the feminine energy. But as long as your feminine energy is what is more dominant, then you are able to practice self-control. You are able to love on yourself. You're able to respect yourself, and all these things. So journaling really helped me. Prayer has really helped me. Silent times, I have really, really worked on that. I have also worked on my wardrobe. I really try as much as possible to wear clothes that are very feminine, so that I'm always reminding myself, you just need to be a girl. You just need to twirl around with your clothes. You just need to be weak. You just need to say, I need help. I can't do this. I need to be supported in this, because those things really help you to not carry so much burdens as a woman, so many burdens. And you're able to let go of those and let someone else take care of that. I feel like I have really spoken so much, and I hope I have made sense, guys. My point is, let us just tap into our femininity, because that's what God intends for us. He intends for us to be feminine. He intends for us to be the weaker being, to be the supportive person, to be this woman who is strong but at the same time projects an aura of beauty, an aura of weakness, an aura of love, an aura of all these things, and for me that's just what make an impression is all about. When we say we are feminine, we are saying yes, we are strong, we can stand up for ourselves, but we are also saying we are feminine because we are standing on this side of femininity where we are choosing values of humility, values of forgiveness, gentleness, kindness, nurturing, and all these things that God intended for us as women to be. So that's it for today's conversation, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jane. As I said, welcome to Make an Impression. This is just a safe space where we are constantly and continuously choosing to be authentically bold in how we live our lives, whether that is matters faith, lifestyle, or personal development. So if those are topics that would interest you, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and joining this growing community, family, whatever you want to call it, but just a safe space where we are authentically bold. Okay, guys, I need to go and finish up prepping and getting ready. But thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.